Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make some dumplings. This is what you're going to need. Some teaspoons and tablespoons, cutting board, knife, cabbage, green onions, garlic, ginger. You can use any kind. This is just what we had at my house. Some soy sauce, measuring cup, some meat. You can really use any kind. This is just what we had. And then I went out and bought some pre-made like pot sticker wrappers. You can make your own dough, but this is way cheaper and way easier. You're going to need a big bowl for mixing, vegetable oil for cooking, and then a measuring cup. Okay, so the recipe calls for 6 onions, and I've already chopped up 5, so I'm just going to demonstrate with the last one. And then the recipe wants you to separate it, so this other half is going to go in a separate bowl. To prep the cabbage, you want to just cut off a chunk. So there's a core here, so you want to avoid that. And then once you get to the cabbage, it says the recipe calls to mince it, so that means just really tiny. So I'm just gonna start doing that. Once you've cut it up this way, you want to turn it and cut it the other way so it's even smaller. The recipe calls for 1 tablespoon, which is about 2 cloves out of the garlic. And to start off, you want to put your knife here and then hit it so it smashes it down a little bit, and you can do that more than once. And then the recipe calls for mincing, so again we're going to chop it really tiny and fine both ways. So you're going to want 3/4 of a pound of your meat, and then you take 1/4 cup of water, put it in there with your cabbage. It's a cup of cabbage, your scallion whites, which is the white part of the onion, and then your 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then we have 2 tablespoons of ginger, and then our tablespoon of garlic. And then it's easiest to use a wooden like spatula or spoon. Okay, so you're going to set out all your wrappers, and you want to get a little bit of water so you can wet half of it so when you fold it over it'll seal. And we're going to take a little teaspoon and put it in the center of each little wrapper. Okay, so once you've gotten all the meat on there, you want to make sure you haven't overfilled them, because if you overfill them then they won't seal right and then you'll just get filling all over the place. So you're going to want to dip your finger in the water and just kind of trace half of the outside of the dumpling. And then once you've done that, you take this side and you fold it over, kind of squish it down, make sure all the edges are sealed, nothing's leaking out, and then you want to pinch it. So you do that by just going around and just pinching. So now that we've made them, it's time to cook them. So you want to boil some water, and then you put your dumplings in, and when you put the dumplings in, the water will stop boiling, so you want to wait till it starts boiling again. And then you actually add cold water until it stops boiling. So you want to do that twice. So once you put the cold water in, it'll stop boiling, and then you wait for it to boil again, and once you do that twice, they're cooked. Boiling again, we're going to take this cold water, and we're going to pour it in, and as you see, it stops boiling. So now we're going to wait until it starts boiling again, and we're going to do it one more time. And now that we've let our dumplings come to a boil for a second time, you're going to take a spoon, preferably with slits, and you're just going to gently scoop them out and onto a plate. And here is the final product.